Welcome to the Kindle Publishing System Learning Module 5, Quantity and Quality, Pricing Your Ebook to Sell. Your module objectives are to develop an understanding on customer expectation for ebooks, to develop an understanding on what constitutes the cost for an ebook, to develop an understanding on the pricing strategies with ebooks. What are your customers' expectations? It's vital that you understand your customers' expectations so you can build a strategy of how you want to price and market your ebook. Here's a few of the main expectations your customers will be looking for. Is the information in the ebook accurate? It's especially important to make sure the content in your ebook is accurate, or your days as a publisher will be short-lived. Is the ebook worth your time? Your readers will be asking themselves if your ebook is worth spending the time to read. Your content will need to grip the reader with compelling and interesting content. Is it worth the money? It's obvious the best way to make sure you become a successful Kindle publisher is to make sure you deliver an outstanding product that people will be more than willing to buy. Is it cheap? And of course, what's the price? We all know that we're attracted to lower prices. The important thing to remember is to make sure you deliver the high quality along with the low price. Cost comparison. As we see in this graph, there are more items that make up the cost of printed books. Thus, the more costs incurred, the higher the price you have to charge to cover those costs. In comparison, overhead costs of an ebook are much lower, and therefore people will expect the price to be low. You can sell your ebook for any price you want, as already mentioned in the previous chapter. Overpricing may be tempting, but this is highly discouraged. This will only turn off your potential customers, amounting to small sales figures. In fact, selling at lower prices is the best way to go. Cheap versus expensive. Next, let's look at a quick comparison of ebooks that are cheaply priced versus expensively priced. With cheaply priced ebooks, people have a biased thought on ebooks that they should be low cost. Cheaper ebooks can sell better. Business models that are based on sales volume. Generally, an ebook at $2.99 sells well on Kindle. Cheaper books tend to be purchased when impulsive buying kicks in. With expensively priced ebooks, overpricing can drive customers away. It can cause you to be boycotted. People will only pay a high price if they are sure of the quality. Only established writers can ask a high price. People think twice before purchasing. Pricing an ebook is easier said than done. There is no printing, shipping, or distributing involved. As such, there is no need to inflate the price to compensate for expenses. Costs are lower, and everyone, including your readers, are pretty much aware of this. Advertising and marketing costs for an ebook are not as costly as their printed counterparts. Only a handful of people are required to make an ebook, which means less expense for overhead. The bottom line is that they cost less to produce, which is obviously more popular, especially in today's economy. People are biased against the true worth of downloadable content such as ebooks. Apart from low distribution and production costs, ebooks typically don't exist as hard copies. They can't be shared or copied because of restrictions and proprietary format unless you have a special license. All of these things play in the back of the customer's minds. This is why they expect to pay less for ebooks. It's quite obvious that overpricing is financial suicide. The only thing it's good for is driving potential buyers away. The most customers expect to pay for one copy is $9.99. Even at this level, some would already think twice of hitting the purchase button. Of course, selling at a lower price does pose a risk for your profit, as you want to cover your costs also. In general, an ebook price at $2.99 tends to do well in the Kindle bookstore. Volume versus price approach. As we can see by this graph, it's better to price your ebook low and make your income up on volume. Notice how the cheaper price ebook revenues will increase as the volume increases over time, and that's what you're looking for. Selling at lower prices also has another benefit in terms of gaining profit. People don't mind making a purchase when they see a low price. They won't think twice about clicking the purchase button. More often than not, people will act on impulse and buy a low price ebook as soon as they see it. For instance, suppose that you're selling an ebook at $9.99. Selling one copy is definitely a good thing for profit. However, selling a lot of copies poses as a challenge. It's just difficult to convince people that an ebook is worth that much. Now, assume that you're selling your ebook at $2.99. Sell one copy, and there's not much of a difference. On the other hand, multiply these sales to 100, and you would have sold a total amount of $300. This simple example highlights one important fact. Selling at a lower price and higher volumes is more profitable than selling at a higher price with low volumes. Just simple math. When people see lower prices, they automatically consider making a purchase. This holds true for any product or service sold online or offline. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.